right, so sometimes I get the payday blues. Anybody else have payday blues here?
Hell yeah.
Man,
Wait for Friday.
I'm a broke motherfucker, but somebody just bought me a beer and I was so happy about it.
That's me.
Better. Thank you, Corey. That's why he's my poetry son, y'all. It's the 28th of the month and I am finally slowing down enough to catch my breath. Before the close of another month when it all begins again. I'm sinking like quicksand. And I find that this stairway to success is a hallway lined with the dollar store frame faces of those who couldn't make it. Those who couldn't swim fast enough, couldn't find the branch to hold on tight enough, couldn't keep their necks above water high enough to keep from being drowned. I made just enough to pay the rent. And I come up with the money to pay 2 days too late, and now I owe court fees on top of rent. That plus overdraft fees makes me and the cell phone enemies when I wrestle with unknown numbers and the constant fucking rain. This neighborhood, sieged by the Pied Piper, becomes a deserted island before my eyes. Middle of the month driveways are littered with remnants of Christmas before gifts that were just too much to close the trunk. My children bring home other children's prison presents, red Superman cape and pink fuzzy dice like treasures. And I refuse to hold my tongue. And I openly chastise them and take a minute to remind them that those are no prizes. Those are the lives of children sucked into a system of parents upside down and taken for a ride. A system of low liens and laundromat visions. These prizes could be our gifts in another child's hands this time next month. And my children know what's up, because even if I try to hide it from them, I wear the stress so bluntly on my face, and so do the next set of neighbors in the same house when they must face changing schools again. If I look forward to payday, instead of thanking God that I am fed today, I will drown like the bullet-riddled ship sinking around me. So I won't look forward, and there's no turning back. It's the 28th of the month, and I feel fine because last month's bills are finally paid. And I am royalty, with the champagne of beers next to me, and I am blessed to drink one with the neighbor before her U-Haul pulls away. But first, we'll be here in 3 short days, so I don't have time to waste worrying about next week when my head is above water momentarily. And at least for now, I'm thankful that I have running water and legitimately borrowed Wi-Fi and cable TV.
Not only response poem to my Poetry Mother's Piece 1989. This one was written after my first ever Bone Thugs and Harmony concert 3 years ago. Creeped into the thuggish, ruggish crossroads, which is added to the mixtape. The sign of E99 in St. Clair. Or I should say the tender age of 3. A number I didn't expect myself to survive. The summer of 1994, with the legendary Danny Elfman well and alive. The souls of Mary J. Blige and Escape may be in my mind after a year. But the Rhapsody program on the tube shifting my powerful sight and ears. The sign of B99 in St. Clair. No one knew who was there. 5 young MCs warming up by the fire in sung harmony. We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those thugs. A preacher taking a stand against the ways of the thug nation. My eyes watch the lazy, crazy, busy wish in the flesh walking out the motherfucking door and into the streets. The 3 words will stand to this day. The thuggish, ruggish fall, but that is the beginning for me. The war zone of Cleveland, a battleground to jack the automobiles, all for the love of money, which is still the same. The easy motherfucking E exploded with the Compton blood and the powerful storytelling of the street life. That's the way of the come up. The representing of E99 in 1995, but with the eternal rise of the dominance. So many samples of the unique and the E design. Most notably, earth, wind, and fire's reasons and the eyes these for the stones. Wake up, wake up, wake up, it's the first of the month. To get up, so catch your chance to get up. The crossroads, the heaven where Uncle Charles would probably reside. The E, succumb to the virus of hell. HIV, join the two souls inside. I was 4 years old. The very day in elementary school I didn't know what to write. That until I got to that damn chalkboard. Shocking my teacher first and my parents. I wrote the first words. Bone thugs and harmony, and that has changed me from a child of the bone keeper to general of the thugs. These bastards from today's generation still don't even know who I am. I am still loyal to the bone, thanks to my poetry mother, it will be coming around. They will know the execution don't lie style, sending the evil souls underground. As individuals and as a people, we are at war. But the majority of my side got their eyes open wide, but still don't recognize who we fighting for. I bet that's what I'm fighting for, trying to shed some light. But we've been in the darkness so long, but don't know right from wrong. Y'all scared to come near it. You ignore the voice in your head when you hear it. The enemy is after your spirit, but you think it's all in your mind. You'll find a lot of the reasons why behind this because the system is designed to keep our third eyes blind. But not blind is just my other two eyes can't see. You just another invested quality time and places still what we need to be. We don't even know who we are, but the answer ain't far. Matter of fact, it's right up under our nose. But the system told us to keep that book closed. See, the reason why it's got lied to see is so that we will act accordingly to get the blessing we're supposed to receive. Yeah, it's true. Uncle Sam wants you to be a devil too. See, he's jealous because the skin is a curse. And what's worse, because if I put in the first, y'all listen to some bullshit first. We ain't natural born killers. We are a spiritual people. God's chosen few. Think about the slave trade, where they had boats with thousands of us on board, and we still was praising the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We said nowadays it's ready to die for a coat, a necklace around your throat. That's bullshit. Black people, y'all better realize that we lose. You better goddamn fight and die if we got to in order to get your spirit and your mind back. And we gotta do it together. Good mob means the good down most of your bullshit. You take one all way and let you know that God was every man of blackness. The Lord has spoken to me and the G.O.B. Steve-O Green.
Like the cap for the morning. I was 7 years old. Watching train-like machines move large, heavy things from the cab of my 72 Chevy, shaking everything as it moved. Creating new mountains I could never climb, I almost felt at home in junkyards. Sitting in cars more than I ever sat inside a playground, seen from outside of the window. Salvage yards, modern-day treasure troves, hunting felt like a second home. With his long beard, he appeared half pirate and half merchant. I know now he did this all for me. Wearing steel-toe boots before I was 20 because he was afraid I'd get crushed or cut or impaled by nails or scraped by something metal. I was more afraid of the junkyard dogs. Eyes staring from a young age, men working hard, looking for an escape, I learned to become invisible. It wasn't common to see girls there. I learned about intentions in those days. Growing up, I also lived on a forklift. There was no key, just a flathead screwdriver you turn to the right. It ignites the hum of its engine, soothing. Sitting next to my father, he told me to hold on. As we reversed on this uneven street surrounding his shop, moving things from one area to another to make space. My dad was always making space for something. The sounds of the forks break when he accidentally pulled the lever up instead of down. Those days we ate breakfast at the Western Boiler. Carmen, the waitress, brought candy canes if we finished our plates. We had to eat fast because he had to be somewhere. All those errands on those summer days felt like quality time I seek out when I'm feeling lonely, sitting in a car, watching things moving, wishing I sat next to someone like I once sat next to my dad.
I have an elusive asshole. And I'm not talking about a flaky flame or a misplaced orifice, no. I'm talking about the asshole on my person. Between my heavy set balls and even heavier set ass. Yes, my booty hole, my coin slot, my chiquito, my pussy, and sometimes my pussy. But, elusive, you ask? I don't know how else to describe my tight snatch that keeps ducking and swerving these boys that continuously try to set my bar low. But this good? It's only getting better. So I'm going to need you to step up your pussy. Let me take the space to address a certain stretch who left me tight and wound up after refusing to communicate during sex, relegating him to the string of fuckboys my pussy just doesn't have the time for anymore. This elusive asshole is keeping it tight for the right one to loosen and open up to the possibilities of backwards cowboy, deep doggy, and missionary with my knees pushed up against my chest to really let you get in there? Until then, she's keeping it unlocked. Thank you.
So, I have a bit of good news. So I'm a professor at Palo Alto College. I'm in the adjunct system of like the hustling, like every semester where you gotta get their courses, hope that they make in order to work them and such. But today I was very fortunate enough because I got officially full-time professorship at Palo Alto College. So, yes. So I'm very excited about that. Oh, cheers to y'all. Cheers! And not for nothing, and a moment of like, I don't know, motivational splendor, yes. This is a real thing. I got kicked out of college 3 times as an undergraduate because I fucking partied too fucking much. But now I'm over here teaching the minds of the future generation. And one of the things I instill in them all the fucking time is you make mistakes, you get up, you make mistakes, you get up, you make mistakes, you get up, and you keep going, and goddamn it, you end up somewhere awesome, and thank God for that. So, this poem is called I Got Kicked Out of College 3 Times and Still Alive on this side of the glass. The landscaper smells of lawnmower, gasoline, and cut grass mowed on sweat denim. He takes a drag off the cigarette he bummed and says something along the lines of, I've never seen you around here before. The conversation is light. The cherry flame carves through the white paper and tobacco his lungs rust with mine at the same time. He works the grounds of this ivory campus and he says it's good to see a Chicano up there. Like we got away with a smooth heist. I say, I couldn't let the wrong things keep me on the bad side forever. Orale, he says. Makes me proud, and I don't even know you. My father told me of people I'd likely never meet, never know, who made it possible for my feet to stand on the vanguard of sky and broken glass here. And during our conversation, we discovered we come from the same side of the streets, under the same side of the glass. If I had hit a home run from my front porch, I could break his window. And fresh cut grass and gasoline are all I remember of my father some days. He was a battery maker. He put baseballs in my shoes and hit a home run. I'm feeling like the boombox of life is kicking in as both of our cigarettes die like hourglasses on fire. And this vodka and I are no more myth than people who made it out of this body. His hands are like my grandfather's, like a deer splayed on the side of the road trying to get somewhere and dodge all the traffic. Today, I'm fortunate that my legs carry enough fresh smoke that it brought me here to this conversation. And he and I come from the same side of town that lights up every New Year and 4th of July better than the city's fireworks downtown on nights when our surnames are not crackling over radios for all points bulletins and teachers are not punishing the language our fathers work 60 hard hours a week to keep inside of us. On those nights, there is red, there is white, there is blue streaming from our sides, and heaven looks all the way open. Thank you. All right. This is old shit.
Old shit.
This is called because I was cold and miserable today. I wrote this poem. And February began with a reminder of death 4 years ago, and brought a bouquet of new death. And new death smelled me, and I exhaled thorns. And I don't know if it was the weather or me, but grief came, just like the rain and the cold. And I know every year the odds of catching a snowflake on my tongue are low in South Texas. Perhaps I want to catalog something worth the frigid damp that we're living in. Perhaps I want something other than the bad things to melt into my body's incinerator. Perhaps I want something other than sugar, other than this sadness to dissolve into me. And on days like this, every face I come across carries its own burden, a heavy backpack. And like most days, when this city is cold and miserable, I assume that that too is my fault. And today, I began with the reminder that I am merely a body, trying to break the sound barrier, trying to be heard. Today I was in a mood. I was disgruntled with time and all the moment-to-momentness of it. And while I made every meeting on time, I was never present, unaccounted for. Forgive me, universe, I am a cold star, unable to sustain life today. Forgive me, universe, there will be no choir claps in this poem. But today, and this is a true story, I saw a one-legged man in a wheelchair in the misty rain, playing Disturbed on a radio for everyone to hear, rocking out like no one was watching him, and I thought, yeah, man, I get it. Ooh. That's for the limited edition. So today I sat under a hot shower for an hour and 15 minutes with no resolution, but my internal temperature did rise. And although today, gray and muted as it was, I know there was still daylight. I know warm hands prepared the glass of hot chocolate I drank. I know there is $2.99 chicken at Popeyes every Tuesday, and tacos that catch on my tongue everywhere in South Texas. So what if I swung my heart out and only got a base hit? Go team, go. I promise we are still on the winning side. I promise we can get there on the edge of our grief. Our vibe's better than this bullshit. We can survive February and stop suffering in a quiet that feels so loud. Thank you.